Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here. My name's Cody. This is my very first live stream, so thanks so much for hanging out. Today, I'm just going to do a bit of Q&A, answer any questions you might have about anything, really, anything music related. So whether that's Facebook ads and marketing that way, or what have you, anything to do with that. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to walk you through on how I just got picked up by Release Radar. My band Bellevue recently got added to Release Radar, which is really, really exciting. And we hit the most listeners we've ever had in a single day with this last release. So I want to break down how I used Facebook ads to get those results. And if you have any questions along the way, feel free to jump in. Don't really have any script or anything in particular I want to talk about. So yeah, if you have any questions at all, just let me know. So yeah, let's jump right into it here. So let me pull up my Spotify for Artists page. So, wow, 26 people listening right now. Holy moly, that's crazy. We've had some crazy numbers of people listening at the moment, like seriously crazy numbers. Normally this number's around 5, maybe up to 10 if it's a really good day and we're kind of releasing music. But since we got this Release Radar push, it has been in the 20s, if not anywhere even higher than that lately. So it's really been getting pushed really, really hard. If I go over to my audience page, you'll see here this within the last 28 days. Before we released any music at all, we were hovering around the 100, 150 range. And then the day we released the song, which was the 26th, we jumped all the way up to 310. So we saw a double in our daily listeners already. And then it kind of hung out in the 200s until this last Friday. We had 2,000 listeners in a single day, which is awesome, which is so awesome. And they're all coming from, 42% says from algorithmic playlists, but pretty much just Release Radar. We're not on Discover Weekly yet or anything like that. So really impressed with how this has been going. And my Facebook ads campaign that I ran for this particular song performed incredibly well. We got 1,055 views on our Spotify with a spend of $200. So that came out to about 19 cents per conversion, which is one of the better rates that I've had. I'll pull up actually everything that I've done for these Spotify conversions just so you can see some of the numbers. Yeah, so just to compare, 21, 29, 34, 27. This one was 13, but this was just a $10 test that I ran to India really quick. And then 19. So this has been the best results that we've got yet. So I've been really, really excited about my development, my ads process, and refining it down to get even better results. Now, one thing that's even extra exciting about this was I was able to target more developed countries and wealthier countries. So these are countries that are going to potentially be able to buy our merch or sign up for our Patreon page and things like that. So if you'll see here, this video views consumed most of my budget. It was $106, which was about half of it. And it was only 16 cents, which is absolutely awesome. So if I break that down by country, I'll just show you where a lot of these results were coming from. So in this video views campaign, and this video views, this ad set, this target audience was people who have watched through 95% of our previous ads. So these were people who were probably already likely to be pretty receptive to our music. They've watched through a ton of our ads, and this was just a lookalike audience based off that. So if we go ahead and look at the number of results, we'll see some Bangladesh, we got 41 with an average cost per result of 12 cents, which is amazing. Brazil was pretty high with an average cost of 23 cents, not too bad. Chile, Colombia, 10 and 15 cents. Czech Republic, 6 cents, that's really cheap. Down here we have Greece at 10, Guatemala with 13, India, Indonesia, 84 and 42. India's been a big one. I noticed we got a lot of new Instagram followers from India, so that was really exciting. I've left India out in the past, but like I said, I did this test just a few weeks ago with a $10 budget and got such cheap results. I figured I would target there, and people in India have been really, really receptive to our music, not only on Spotify and going and listening there, but on our Instagram. They've been the ones commenting on all of our stuff and the ones in our DMs chatting with us. So I'm really, really glad that I chose to add India to this ad set. And then I don't think there was oh yeah, Mexico was another big one at 17 cents. If I scroll down, Panama, Peru with some decent results. I basically just did worldwide for this one. South Africa got some results, Thailand. Vietnam. So this was a very, very broad range. So like I said, this ate up $100 of our total budget. So if I go back up to the top, we'll see here, yeah, $106 is what I spent just on this one ad set. Now, the exciting part of this was I created a second ad set, this tier 1 ad set, as I like to call it. Now, I think I spent $56, yeah, just about $57 of my $200 budget on this. And these were more developed countries, countries with higher economic status, and it averaged only 23 cents per view, which is, I've never got this good of results from countries of this standing. So you'll see here, the biggest one was Canada, which is my home country. Now, one thing that I think really, really helped was my particular ad. I actually put the Canadian flag in the description for the ad on Instagram. So I think it said, "Hi, we are Bellevue from Canada. Go listen to our new song on Spotify." And then beside Canada, I put the little emoji. So I think the reason that this did so well in Canada is because I had the little Canadian flag there and mentioned Canada. So anybody who's from a country, if they see their own flag and their own country name, they're probably gonna be a little more inclined to click on it. So this worked really, really well for me by doing this. And you'll see you got an average cost in Canada of 23 cents. And 47 results. But it wasn't just Canada. I targeted kind of just some random countries. I looked at how much Spotify costs in different countries, and then I also looked at the GDP, gross domestic product, which is an economic term for how much money a country makes, sort of. And I just decided this random list of countries. This here, United States was the second biggest with 40 view contents, 40 conversions, and only 26 cents. So overall, this was a really, really profitable ad set for me. This audience worked really well. The highest here was Japan at 46 cents, and I only got 4 conversions. So Japan didn't really work too well for me. Ireland didn't seem to work too well for me, and Australia didn't work too well. So maybe in the future, I would cut out those 3 countries and just refine it down to these other 11 that worked really, really well for me. But I'm not too sure exactly. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes, and I'll continue with it. So let me show you some more data here, some more fun stuff. So this tier 1 ad set, what I chose to do was 2 different lookalike audiences. So one of them was, once again, that 95% video views. So essentially all this is anybody who's watched through one of our videos or through one of our ads, 95% of the way through, I created a lookalike audience of those people and put that in here. And then the other one is just Instagram engagement. I think it's Instagram engagement within the past 365 days or maybe 180. I change it up all the time. And so it's just a lookalike of people who are most likely to engage with us on Instagram. And then one exciting thing that I did that I was curious to try out and see how it went was using lookalike expansion. So basically what lookalike expansion is allows Facebook to target outside of just your lookalike audience. So outside of just this custom audience that I made. And so Facebook will still target mainly that lookalike, but they're gonna try to go outside of it and see if they can get better results. So this is a really, really good idea. And I was actually lucky enough to have a call with a Facebook marketing expert. And she recommended that I run 2 different ABs of this same ad group, one with lookalike expansion on, and then one with detailed targeting expansion on. Now, I'm not a big fan of detailed targeting expansion, in particular with this one, because I don't want to go beyond these countries in this particular ad set. So I might want to save that for my other one. But overall, I think these are both really, really good ideas that I learned from her. I got a ton of other really good information that I would like to hopefully put into a video. I tried to record the audio, and unfortunately it wasn't recorded and I lost it. So I might have to go back and just go through some of the notes that I took. But I do have another call scheduled with her for February 25th, and she's gonna help me walk through my campaign setup and strategy for our next song release, which is actually a 5-track EP. It's our final release of this EP, so I'm really excited to finally get this out and really get an even bigger push on these songs. So I have that call scheduled with her on February 25th. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to record it, get all of her insight, and give that back to you guys. So let me know if you have any questions about anything that I've been talking about so far. I'd love to make this a Q&A and a regular Q&A. I'd love to be able to go on here every week on Wednesdays and just talk about music, marketing, Spotify, anything of those sorts, because that's what I find really interesting. It's what I love to talk about. It's what I love to do. I've actually spent the past couple hours today just going through our ads and finding out ways that we could refine it and cut down our costs and try to get more results for the same price. So I was already diving into my ads manager, and so I figured why not share it with you guys, because I'm sure you would love to know. So yeah, don't be a stranger. Feel free to get in that chat. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say or have any questions about. Let's start up a conversation. If you want me to touch on anything in particular, be more than happy. I have my Spotify pulled up. I have my ads pulled up. And then I have this beautiful looking spreadsheet. I love spreadsheets. I'm such a nerd. But I have this awesome little spreadsheet that I actually copied off of Andrew Southworth. If you don't know Andrew Southworth, he's is another YouTuber, really, really great. He is one of the people who helped get me into Facebook ads. I was watching his videos a few months ago. And really, he has some great ideas, some great thoughts about how to effectively run Facebook ads. Now, one thing that I think people forget about with Facebook ads is the goal of running these ads. Some people say that they want to help gain followers and get new fans in certain countries, and that is a great idea. But with running specifically Facebook ads to target to Spotify, our goal is to target people on Spotify and get more streams on Spotify. So with me targeting this tier 1 group that I made, well, it is good that I am trying to get people to follow along with us who would have a little more money and would be able to afford our merch, and lots of it, hopefully. The issue is that it is a little bit more expensive, and what we're trying to do here is trick Spotify into putting us on release radar and onto Discover Weekly. We want to send as much traffic towards them with our Facebook ads within the first 3 days or within the first week, in order to hopes that we get put on some of these bigger Spotify playlists. So that's how come we want to target everybody and just get as many people to our Spotify page as possible. All right, with DistroKid, can I re-upload a remix to a song I already uploaded? I think the main answer to that is no, you can't, but there are some ways around this. So you're not gonna be able to upload the remix to the actual single that you've already released or to that album that's already out there. But what you could do, and what I think would be a great idea, is to re-release that remix as its own track, and then also have the original track as track 2 on it. So you would basically upload a 2-track album. So the first track would be your remix, and then the second track would be the song that you've already put out, or the original. This is something that I thought of after we already started our remix campaign. If I go back to our releases, you'll see that we started with the initial remix, and then I did the new song with the Lights Out remix, and then I did another song, and I stacked it this way so that at the end of the day, it's going to be 5 remixes on this EP. But if I was to go back, let's say you only have a remix for one of the songs. Let's say you only had this one Lights Out remix. What I would do is I would release the Lights Out remix album, and then I would also have the original song Lights Out, which is oh, I don't have my screen on, sorry. I was just talking without my screen on. Let me flip that back on here. Okay, there we go. That's gonna make a lot more sense, I think. So yeah, as I was saying, my remixes, I've stacked them all together. So we started with the Lights Out, and then I added the Wait remix to the Lights Out, and basically just created a new album every single time. But if you only have one remix, what I would recommend is take your Lights Out remix, in my case, the Lights Out remix, and pair that with the original single, which would be Lights Out. So it would be a 2-track album. You'd have your remix first, and then your original song first, or as track 2. And what this is gonna do is, when you try to push somebody towards that remix, I've noticed that with our own songs, so let's take this Lucky Man remix, for example. This is the one that just came out. It's been doing really well, 22,000 streams already. If I pull up the original single, you'll see that we've got this pretty big spike. We were going from only a few streams a day, and then when we got this spike, we jumped up to like 30 streams a day and 40 streams a day. And these are people who have listened to the remix and then had to go back through our profile and find this song. So if I was just to pair it up all together, I think this song would have a lot more streams and be a really good way to not only push your new remix, but also push the original song as well. So I hope that answers your question. Avisha, sorry, I'm horrible with names. I can't even pronounce my own name sometimes. But yeah, that would be my plan of attack. And you can do this with DistroKid. Just go and upload a 2-track album, basically. But yeah, you won't be able to re-upload it to a song that's already out. Once you've uploaded it and submitted to Spotify, that's it. You can't really make any changes to it at all. You can a little bit with the title and stuff, but you need to contact DistroKid directly. So I'd recommend is just do the 2-track album. So hopefully that helps for you. Any other questions? Anybody got anything else for me? Okay, another one. If I already uploaded a 30-second preview as a normal single and am planning on releasing the full song, is that possible? So let me get this right. You already uploaded this 30-second preview to DistroKid? Is that right? You took like a little sample and you uploaded it to DistroKid to go to Spotify. So there's going to be kind of like a preview or a teaser out on Spotify. Is that what you're saying there? That's a normal single. So I think that should be possible if you have the teaser. I don't know. I haven't heard of many people that do that. That's actually a really interesting approach, is to kind of tease a song with a little piece of it. That's interesting. I've never thought about that. That's kind of cool. But yeah, so you should still be able to do this. I would ignore the teaser, or possibly even once the new song's out, is just delete it and take it down. Totally up to you. As I said, I don't really have any experience with this myself, so I'd be really curious for you to try it out and let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear. But yeah, what I would recommend is you'll definitely be able to still upload the new song. So I'd love to know exactly how this goes, but I think once again, the remix and then the original song as a 2-track album would probably be the best bet for you. Shape of the Sun, watched a few of your videos, man. Good stuff. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Any videos in particular that you liked? Are you into more of I know my content has kind of been all over the place, but have you been into a lot of the Facebook marketing stuff or some release strategies? I know I even touched on social media and Instagram a little bit. What's been some of the videos you've been liking? Yeah, so God, I'm sorry I can't say your name. I'm so bad with names. I'm going to call you Avi. How about that? Yeah, Avi. Yeah, so does that answer your question? Let me know if there's still any confusion. I'm glad to dive into it a little bit deeper and make sure we get it all sorted out. But yeah, so as I was saying, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about what's been going on with us lately, because as I mentioned at the very, very beginning, we got a big release radar push. This was our music just kind of coming off the back end of a release here. We stopped running ads for a bit. We released a song on February 26th, got this huge boost, so it kind of doubled our listeners up to 300. And then just this last Friday, we got another really, really big release radar push, hit 2K listeners in one day, and then kind of dropped off to around 1,000 a day since. Avi, thank you very much for the help. You are very welcome. More than happy to help out anytime. And yeah, so this big release radar push was really exciting for me. If I go to my numbers since 2015, you'll see this is actually the biggest push of listeners we have ever had. And I was kind of worried about our release strategy, because so we first put out a song way back here in July 2017, I believe that is, and didn't really know a whole lot about Spotify and really how to promote music at all. I was still learning how to be a band and how to release music. And then we put out our debut EP with a record label, actually. This came out through Penultimate Records in Australia. And you'll see our first single kind of peaked at 650. Second single hit like 700-ish, or maybe 650 again. Our third single got up to 800. Then when we finally dropped the record, we hit over 1,000 listeners in a single day, which I was so excited for. And then you'll see here it kind of tapered out. Got another big push in January for some reason. We didn't release any music, and then it was kind of slowing down. And I got worried. We started releasing these new songs, and they didn't really get the big pushes that we initially saw up until this one, when we got this huge, huge spike. So I'm hoping that by the time the record comes out on February 26th, we're going to see another huge spike, and this trajectory will start going up in a straight line. Shape of the Sun. I thought the one where you've been releasing singles along with the older songs EP is very interesting. Have you found any specific stream numbers that tend to trigger release radar? Yeah, so I'm glad that you liked that video of how to go about that release strategy. I have, over the past year, become a huge, huge fan of singles over albums. Not to say that albums aren't great. I mean, we're still releasing our music as an album, but I think more importantly, we live in such a digital age and an age where content is so short. If you go to TikTok, videos are 15 seconds long, basically, right? And so we need to make sure our content isn't too long. If you think of a 30 or 60-minute album, that's pretty long, and that's a lot of content for someone to consume at once. But one song at its time is a lot easier, and thanks to Spotify and the way they have gone about their brand and the way they operate their business, they really promote artists pushing singles. So that's why I think it works so well. Now, in terms of specific stream numbers to trigger release radar, release radar for me has been like, we've been put on release radar, but only get a few hundred streams. For this one in particular, and this is actually something I got from Tom Dupree 3, who's another great YouTuber. I watch all of his videos. He actually does a lot of live stuff as well. So go check out Tom. This is the big number right here, the popularity score. And what Tom has said in some of his videos, that if you get a popularity score of 20, that you will be put on release radar and get a good release radar push. Now, I don't know where he gets these numbers from exactly, but we got over 20. By the time that next Friday came around, we were at 29 already. So that definitely rang true. And then he also claims that if you hit 30, you will hit Discover Weekly. So we just recently hit 30. As of yesterday, we're up to 35 on the popularity score. So supposedly once you hit 30, then you get the Discover Weekly push, which is supposed to be even bigger than Release Radar. Haven't got that since we released music in 2019, but I'm really excited to see if that shows up. Yeah, Tom is awesome. I love Tom. He's so great. But yeah, in terms of actual stream numbers, let me see if I can find what the actual numbers here were really quick. Gonna have to dive into some older data. Yeah, I don't know exactly what the streams were, but we did break 10K streams on this record by that Friday. So, which is crazy. That's a lot of streams to have 10,000 in your first week. I think it was actually maybe the Saturday. It was this big release radar push, something like that. But yeah, I think more importantly, well, not more importantly, but another very, very important number is your save rate. You'll see here that we start out with a pretty low save rate. Well, not low. 25 is actually still really good. Anything above 10 is a pretty good save rate. The reason ours was so high is because we were pushing so many people to Spotify. If you'll see here, this day where we peaked on 45% save rate, I had already pushed 688 people to our Spotify page from Facebook ads. So I sent a lot of traffic there just through really detailed Facebook targeting and pushing it hard within the first few days. And the people, more importantly, people that were really receptive to our song. So they liked the song, or at least enough to save it to their library and hit like on Spotify. So just about 50% of the people were doing that, which helped to get this popularity score of 28. If you don't know how to get your popularity score, it is really, really easy. Go to musicstacks.com, look up your band or your artist name, and then you can click on the track, and it will show you your current popularity score, so which for us is 35%, and it will have it for every single song that you have. So our last song that we put out currently has a popularity score of 18. So this is something that I just started tracking. Once again, thanks to Tom. And yeah, so I'm super curious. I don't have a lot of data on popularity score of our previous releases. So don't have a direct answer for how many streams to get on Release Radar. Yeah, 10K in the first week is so awesome. Some songs that we've been releasing this year still haven't hit 10K yet. So was really, really excited about that. But more importantly than Facebook ads and popularity score and save rate, I think it was just a really good song. I think overall, the people that we had remix this song, the Renaissance, our friends Garrett and Dan, they did such a great job on the track. It sounds good. It's really well composed. It's well thought out. And so I think that's why the song did so well. You can run all the Facebook ads in the world and get all the streams. Well, not all the streams in the song, but you can do as much as you can. But at the end of the day, if your song isn't really good, or isn't, and not even really good, like I think all the songs that we put out are really good, but this one is just at another level. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's done so well. At the end of the day, it is the music that matters. And if you're not creating 11 out of 10 music, it's gonna have a hard time getting pushed. So I think that is the number one focus and something that often gets overmissed. I skip over it all the time. I'm always like, okay, how are we going to advertise this? How are we going to push this on Facebook? How are we going to make sure that Spotify picks this up? But more importantly, we need to make sure that we have really good songs and really good material going into it. Now, this goes beyond just like the production and everything. We need to write great songs. And then obviously good recordings are important. But one thing that I've found really interesting is everybody's kind of becoming a bedroom producer. If you think of artists like Billie Eilish and Phineas, they wrote a Grammy award-winning record. A Grammy award-winning record in their bedroom, which is amazing. I think that is so, so cool. And that's kind of the way the industry's going. Not to say that that record doesn't sound good. It sounds amazing, but it's okay to do these productions in your home. I mean, most of the music actually all the music that we've put out in the past year has been self-recorded and self-mixed and self-produced. And so to see these kind of results is really cool. It just goes to show that you can do it yourself as long as you're still putting out quality products. So yeah, you guys have any other questions? Anything else you want me to dive into? Also, what do you think of me doing live streams? Do you like it? Should I make this a regular thing? I'm always in my Facebook ads manager, always on my Spotify for Artists. So for me to just hop on once a week would be really, really easy, as long as that's what you guys want from me. Because what I was going to do this morning was shoot a YouTube video talking specifically about the results that we got on our most recent ad campaign. And I sat down, I kind of planned it out, I got all ready, and then I thought I would just rather kind of come to do this live with you guys, because I figure I can talk about everything that I can think of, but at the end of the day, you guys are still going to have some questions for me, and I'm not going to be able to touch on everything. So if there's anything I can help you out with one-on-one directly right now, let me know, because I would love to help out however I can. Also, I would love to hear from you on what you're releasing, what your release plans have been. I know over the past year, almost to date, the music industry entirely changed. And I know for my own band, we had release plans all through 2020, and those dramatically changed. I know a lot of artists, in particular big artists, kind of took a step back. A lot of them held off from releasing their records in 2020. But now that it's a new year and we're kind of a few months into it, do you guys have any releases planned, or what's going on with you guys? I'd love to hear exactly what's going on with your music endeavors. What else can I show you? What's some other cool, fun stuff? I spend all day in these between Spotify for Artists and my Facebook ads manager, so I'm sure there's some fun stuff we could uncover for sure. But just curious what you guys are into, what you want to see from me. Avi, so I uploaded my first song on DistroKid a few hours ago. Hey, congratulations, that's super exciting. Glad that it's up there on DistroKid. I love DistroKid. And didn't see any option for choosing the profile picture and banner. What will appear when it comes on? Okay, so to get your profile picture and banner on Spotify, that is totally separate from DistroKid. DistroKid is just how you upload your music, and DistroKid is going to send that off to Spotify, and then Spotify is going to catch it and put it up on their platform. Now, you need to go to this page that I'm at right now, artists.spotify.com. So I'll log out of here really, really quick. So yeah, you're going to come to this website, Artists or Spotify for Artists, and you will go ahead and click Get Access, select Artist or Manager, and then you are going to need to log into your Spotify. This is tough for me to show. If you have your Spotify, hopefully you do have a Spotify account, you're gonna need that. I actually did a video on how to claim your account. Maybe I will just link that to you. It's on my channel. I don't remember exactly. I think it's called How to Claim Your Spotify for Artists account. Watch that video. It'll walk you through how to claim it. But essentially, you need to get your URI from DistroKid, and then you're going to be able to claim your Spotify for Artists account. And then through here is where you're going to be able to make all those changes. So if I go to Profile, I can go ahead right here, and I can change our header image, or I can change our avatar image, which is our profile picture. So yeah, basic answer to your question is you need to claim your Spotify for Artists account, and then you can do that all through here. Also, I got the $5 YouTube ID thing. What happens when someone uses... Oh, What happens when someone uses my music? What about when I personally use it? So, interestingly enough, I have never selected that feature on any of my music. Let me pull up my DistroKid. I don't think I have, at least. What are the features? Is this one you're talking about? YouTube content ID? Get notified and paid if your music is ever used in any YouTube videos. We'll add this album to YouTube's content ID. Okay, so I think, yeah, essentially, whenever somebody, and I don't know this for sure, but this is just my understanding of it. I've looked into this before, but it's always been a little weird to me as well. So you're not the only one. But I think essentially what happens is when someone uses your song, YouTube's going to detect that that is your song. And if that video is monetized and that person is earning money from their YouTube video, you're going to get a portion of that for them using your music. So I don't know what that means about when you personally use it, because you, because you would have the rights to that song and you would own that song. So they might still just take their 20% and then still pay you out for that, which is great either way. But yeah, so I think all that is when someone chooses to use your music on YouTube, is you'll just get a nice little royalty for them using your song. So yeah, I've honestly never selected that feature. I typically don't select any of these features. I don't know why. Maybe I should try them out. I just like to upload my music and be done with it personally, but that's just me. Where were we? By the way, have you guys checked out any of this stuff on your Spotify for Artists homepage? There is a ton of really, really awesome advice here. Things you should know before touring is that you can't tour right now is one of them. But no, I go through these every once in a while. Spotify actually has really, really amazing resources for artists, and in particular how to do well on Spotify, how to get the most out of your latest releases, things like that. So if you need some extra resources and my YouTube videos and Tom's and Andrew's YouTube videos aren't enough and you still want more content, go through some of these. They are really, really helpful. I actually will read through some of these myself to help get some ideas and then share these back with you as some YouTube ideas. So I'm definitely pulling some content from there. They're really, really helpful, really insightful, really good information. Now, one other really cool thing that I figured I should show you is the amount of followers that we've got lately too. If you look at our trend, this is when we first put out music, had no followers before, got this little boost up to like 70 over the course of 2 years, just about. And then we finally put out our debut EP, and this really started exploding again. And then it slowly tapered off. And now this little following here, you'll see that it's kind of sporadic. It'll jump and then pop back down. But essentially that is just about all from Facebook ads. And I love the trajectory. It was kind of going like this. And then all of a sudden it shot straight up and started. Is it the other way for you guys? Yeah, it is, isn't it? It was going like this. And then it started to plateau. And then we started releasing new music and used some Facebook ads. And it shot straight up again. So I love to see that trajectory in our following. I think that followers on Spotify is so overlooked, and I think you really need to focus on building followers on Spotify right away. Not only, so talking about release radar again and how you can trigger release radar, everybody who follows you on Spotify, you're going to show up in their release radar. So right now we have, whoa, wow, we're just about 1,000 followers. That's really exciting. We have 997 followers. So this means when we release a new song, we show up in 997 different people's release radar. So right away, that's just about 1,000. If people listen to their release radar every single week, that is just about 1,000 streams that we can get in the very first day, just from our followers. Now, another reason that I think followers are so important is if you look at Spotify as kind of a social media platform, I actually recently was watching the Views podcast, which is David Dobrik and Jason Nash. I don't know if you guys are familiar with David Dobrik. Hit up the chat if you know David Dobrik. I'd be super curious. But yeah, I was watching the Views podcast, and they had DJs Dylan Francis and Diplo on there. And Diplo actually said that when he meets somebody, instead of creeping them on Instagram, he goes onto their Spotify and follows them on Spotify because he wants to know what kind of music they listen to, what kind of playlists they have. And I thought this was really cool. And I've heard a lot of people talk about how Spotify is kind of a social media platform in a way. They don't have a ton of the features yet, but I could see in the future Spotify allowing you to post photos and share actual like captioned posts, similar to how Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of those work, and implementing more of a social media type essence to what they're doing. So I think getting followers on Spotify right now in the early stages of it all, believe it or not, I think Spotify is still in the early stages of the music industry. I think Spotify is going to get a lot bigger within the next 5 to 10 years. So I think getting followers on Spotify right now is really, really important. And it's going to give you kind of the footsteps to having a really big following in the future. I know for us as a band, we have always focused on Instagram. Instagram was our platform. Always like follow us on Instagram, like our photos on Instagram. But the more that we look into it and the more that we realize Spotify is a really good platform. Now, it does have its drawbacks. Can't really sell merch on Spotify. You can't direct people to your website. They want it all self-contained within Spotify. But I could see merch stores coming to Spotify, that especially in the digital age that we're in right now. I know merch in the past has always been kind of a touring item, especially for smaller artists like myself and like you guys. But I could really see merch hitting the platform of Spotify. They already have the fundraising links. So if they were to offer something like that, I think that would be huge. And if you have 1,000 followers on Spotify, those are 1,000 people who you're going to be able to hit up and tell them to go buy your merch. And these are people who are genuinely going to be fans of your music. You can have people follow you on Instagram because they like your pretty photos and you post inspirational quotes, but that doesn't mean they're going to buy your merchandise. When you post on, well, if this comes to the platform, but if you were to post something on Spotify and you have 1,000 followers, those are people who like your music. So I think that's really cool. Avi, great. Thank you so much for your help. Very helpful. Hey, anytime. Always happy to help out. If you got any more, send them my way. I'd love to help you out. Hey, Yumo24, what is up? Even though I still haven't figured out the ad thing, I appreciate the info. Hey, you're very welcome. Happy to help out. The ad thing is very daunting. When I first got into ads and I came to this page, it looks like a spaceship. For real. I didn't know what I was doing and it was terrifying. But I've been at it for a few months now. Honestly, within the first couple weeks, I had a pretty good idea of what was going on. So just keep at it, keep going through it. And it really does become a lot easier with time. The hardest part's creating your first ad. And I'll be honest with you, your first ad isn't going to get the greatest results, but I think it's important to set a small budget and just really figure out how to use Facebook ads because it is such a powerful tool. Let me pull up my first campaign. So these first ones are all of my most recent campaigns. They're all nicely laid out. And then this was the very first campaign that I ran. I ran all these different campaigns, but it was actually just one campaign. So it was a total mess when I first started, but I've been slowly figuring it out since. Like the Matrix. Yeah, no kidding. More complicated than the Matrix at times. But yeah, it really isn't that crazy once you dive into it and know what's going on. I'm not sure if you found some of my videos, but I do have kind of a course on how to set up your Facebook pixel and get that all started, verify your domains, and then how to start running ads in the first place. Now, I do want to do an updated video on my next ad campaign on how to set it up and get it going. So if you want to follow along for that, be sure to stay tuned because I'd love to do something like that in the very near future. But yeah, if you have any immediate questions on Facebook ads and anything I could help out with, let me know because I got some time right now and I'd love to help you out and get set up because Facebook ads really can do a lot for you. Just showing you this first campaign or this most recent campaign that I ran, I spent $200 over the course of 10 days and I got 1,000 people over to my Spotify for $200, which is awesome. And even better than that is that this song got picked up by Release Radar. And if you look at our listeners over the past 28 days, we got this crazy spike in listeners just from running Release Radar or from running Facebook ads and getting on Release Radar. So the Facebook ads started here, ran them really heavy the first 3 days, kind of slowed them down, but kept them running. And you'll notice that the actual streams and the actual listeners aren't coming from the Facebook ads. What we're doing is tricking the Spotify algorithm into thinking well, not thinking, we are. We're telling Spotify that we're going to send everybody to Spotify to go listen to our song. Spotify recognizes, hey, a lot of people are coming over to this band's page and listening to their songs. Maybe other people would want to hear it. So they send it out to Release Radar. And then from there, if people on Release Radar also like your music, they're going to start sending out to Discover Weekly. So even more people can find your music, and it's a snowball effect. But once again, it comes down to having a good song, having it recorded well and sounding good, releasing it properly, making sure that you have all of your accounts set up really nicely. Most importantly, that your Spotify looks good. When you click on your Spotify, you want to make sure that it looks pretty decent. So make sure you have a profile picture, make sure you have a nice header set up. Always have your most recent release in your artist pick or one of your friend songs or a playlist even. And then there should be an image gallery. What happened to our, oh, right here. Yeah, about. Have your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, all your stuff linked. Have a nice little image gallery. We have 10 photos on here. Lots of just good stuff. All face shots. Something that's going to be like, hey, this is who we are. And then a bio. Pretty big bio. I think the first little thing, so if you think of a bio, have you ever read through an artist bio on Spotify? I have, but that's because I'm a nerd and I'm into all this stuff. And maybe you guys are nerds too. If you're a fellow nerd, let me know in the chat down below. But so the first thing is just kind of in case anybody wants to, anybody pops onto our About page, I don't want them to read all of this stuff. I just want them to read this kind of header. No rules, no boundaries, just cool music that you need to hear. And I think that's great. If I popped onto somebody's page and saw that, I'd be like, sick, let's go listen to these tunes. And then the rest of this is honestly pretty much just for Spotify. Talking about our anticipated release that's coming up on February 6th. Talked a little bit of some of how we created the sound and where we see it going. And talk about some of our accomplishments, some bands we've played with, some tours that we've done and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. What's really cool is you can tag artists in your bio. So that just links them, that links you to these artists. So some of these artists that we're linking to are much bigger artists than ourselves. So obviously I'm not going to link to Billie Eilish because we have no relation with Billie Eilish, but these are all artists that we play with, that we know personally, that we've toured with. So yeah, I think this is a really great way to help build out your profile, and it's just going to help to improve your chance of getting picked up by some of these Spotify playlists. I'm gonna definitely check out the music. Yo, sick, man. Yeah, check out the tunes. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that tons. It's interesting. When I first started this YouTube channel, I didn't really intend on promoting my music through it. That was not my intention. I just wanted to share what I've learned over the past, well, I don't even know how long I've been doing music now. I've been in this band in Bellevue. We've been doing this for 4 years. Well, 5 kind of. We've been releasing music for 4 years, and I've learned a lot through doing it. But going back into when I was in high school, I played in a band, in the same band for like 7 years. And we never released music properly. We never had music on Spotify or anything like that. To be fair, Spotify wasn't the biggest platform back then. But we did CDs, we had merch, we did some small tours, we played a lot of local shows. And I learned so much over that time. And then when we started Bellevue and started doing music like this, really started taking it seriously, had a budget for it. So to put into some press and some Facebook ads as of recently, and just really make it a lot bigger than it is. And so I've spent the past 4 years learning and learning and learning, reading and watching, trying to gather information on how to do it as an independent artist, do all this stuff yourself, because I love doing it myself. And I love learning on my own, but there's so much information out there and so much that you need to know. So I thought if I could share what I've learned and give back, that'd be awesome. And it's a great way for me to learn along the way as well. I mean, I definitely don't have all the answers. If I did have all the answers, I would be running like Sony Music or something like that. So there's always more learning to be done. And I find this way pushes me to learn a lot as well. So yeah. Oh yeah, where was I going with that? Man. Just on a tangent. But yeah, so it's really cool that you guys are into listening to the music, listening to what I make and stuff. Actually, my most recent video was the 8-hour songwriting challenge. Did any of you guys get a chance to watch that? Which was really cool, a bit of a different approach for me. But once again, it was just so cool to see you guys really pop in there and be so engaged and like the song and like me doing something different. So that was awesome. You remind me of one of my homies, Brad. And yeah, you definitely doing a service. Hey man, well, you're welcome. To anybody else who's found this helpful, you're welcome. I enjoy doing it. I have no plans of slowing down at any point. Your homie Brad sounds really cool, by the way. Oh man. Yeah, Brad. Oh, talking a lot. Getting a sore throat. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions, I would love to help out. Or if you just want to chat, just want to tell me what's going on. Do you have any music releases planned? Anything coming up? Are you still working on recording music or writing music? Where are you at in your music career? Are you just starting out, just starting to take it seriously, or yeah, where are you guys at? What's going on? Man, when I first jumped on, this was at like 22. Now it's down to 7. It fluctuates so much. How many people are listening at the moment? It's sometimes, and when I got on up today, it said 0. So I don't even know. Um, I don't know how accurate it is. That's one thing that I'd like to know. I'd like to think that it's pretty accurate, but I seriously have no clue. What do you guys think about the listening now? Do you use that feature at all? Do you check that out very often? What else can I talk about? Oh yeah, so something else that I track. Um, yeah, got first mixtape out and getting ready to do visuals. Yo, dude, that's sick. That's super exciting. That's unreal. Do you have it released on Spotify? Is that where you've been sending it out? I mean, obviously all the other platforms as well. Visuals are something really cool, and that's something that I am have been really trying to stress more with Bellevue and with the tunes that we're doing. I think we live in such a visual age. If you think of everything that goes on, if you like Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is, it's all video based, right? TikTok is strictly video, so there's no images on there. And even Instagram with rolling out Reels has made it very visual based as well. So I think that's a great idea. This doesn't have to be music videos either, literally just visuals. And you could have multiple visuals for one song, which I think is really awesome too. So it'd be cool to create almost kind of like TikTok clips or Instagram reel type clips, 15 seconds up to a minute, that are just really cool visuals and gonna grab somebody's attention. So I like what you're doing with that. I think that's really cool. Got a new project coming up by the summer with singles leading up to the release. Yo, sick man. I love that. I love that a lot. I think singles are for sure the way to go. I've done so many videos on why I think singles are not better than albums, because obviously you can still put out an album, but if you're releasing an album, I think singles are the way to go. Even just so much more so for the creative process. I know it can be hard to sit down and write 5 songs for an EP or 10 songs for a full-length album or 14 songs if you're crazy and really want to go nuts with it. But yeah, singles are so effective and allow you almost to not cater your music to your audience, but really help develop your sound. I look at us as Bellevue. We're kind of almost transitioning more to a pop band than a pop punk band. And we've always known that from the start, but we wanted to initially put out music. We come from like the punk background, playing like the smelly bar gigs with other punk bands, like old punk bands. And so we kind of wanted to still harness that following. We had toured across Canada before we started Bellevue. And so we had a decent following and a lot of friends in that pop punk genre. So we decided to record our first EP, 5 songs, as a pop punk record, knowing that we weren't going to stay a pop punk band for very long. Obviously, we're 2 guys. We don't really fall within that typical pop punk band dynamic. So we knew we were going to transition away from that. And now what we're going to do is probably release singles so that we can kind of slowly transition into the sound that we have and really just find our sound and figure out what people like from us. I mean, obviously at the end of the day, we are making music for ourselves, but we really want to make sure that it is something that people are going to like and listen to. So by doing singles, it's just such a cool way to do that. If you want to look up my artist name, it is Odin. Yo, dude, let's do it right now. Let me see if I can pull up the old Spotify's here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna look you up right now. Spotify, I'm hoping. You are on Spotify? Um, Boom. Yeah, that is it. Oh, goodness. There we go. Something like that. Yo. Tight. Twerking. Oh, got my volume all the way down. Yo, you have 5,800 listeners? Monthly listeners? Dude, that's sick. You're slaying. That's so sick, dude. Holy. Yo, unreal. Unreal. Man, congrats on this twerking song. That's really popping off for you. That is really popping off. That's unreal, dude. Man, nice work. Nice work. So, here's one thing. Here's one issue. And it's not even an issue, but just something that I noticed with a lot of artists, actually. You have 5,800 monthly listeners, but only 80 followers. And I have been in this exact same boat, which is sick. This means people are listening to your song and probably got put on some cool playlists, right? Oh, wow, dude, what, Phoenix? Are you from Phoenix? Is that why you have so many listeners in Phoenix? Holy. But like I was saying earlier, I think getting followers on Spotify is so important, and it's just something I've been focusing on within the past few months. I didn't realize how important it was to have have followers on Spotify. And if you compare artists, I actually like to do this often. If you look at someone like J Beebs, oh wow, he's picked up his followers a lot lately. So he has, God, these numbers are crazy. He has 63 million monthly listeners, only 43,000 followers. So that's cool. That means his songs get a lot of listens. But if you look at somebody like Drake, by comparison, Drake has just as many followers as listeners, which is sick. This means every time he drops a song, it's going to get listened to. Now, I think the reason that Justin Bieber has more monthly listeners, it could be advertisement budget, or he collabs with a lot of other artists. So people who like Ariana Grande, he does a collab with Ariana Grande. Obviously, he's going to get those listeners, but not those followers. But just something. 5,800 monthly listeners is sick, man. So that's really, really awesome. Yeah, mixtape name is Green and Blue. Got it on Release Radar and playlists. Yeah, man, Release Radar is huge. If you can get some traction on Release Radar, it's going to do wonders. Justin Bieber is so handsome. Man, isn't he just? Look at this guy. Where is he? Jeez. Oh, wow, he's even got the hair going. Yeah, J Beebs. J Beebs. Pride of Canada. Canada represent my guy. Sick. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. All right. Yeah, I'm probably going to wrap up here pretty soon. I think I'm going to hop off at when this has been an hour, so just in 8 minutes here. But if you guys have any other questions or want me to touch on anything else here, let me know. I'd love to answer any questions you may have. And also, drop me a chat, hit up those comments. Do you want me to do more of these live streams? I could see myself doing this every week. I was saying earlier I was going to shoot a YouTube video today, but I thought it would just be better for me to just hop on. I always got a lot of stuff I can chat about, a lot of music-related stuff. I'm always learning new things and thinking about new things and strategizing new ways to release music and have more effective Facebook ads and all that stuff. So yeah, let me know if you like this and if you want to see more of these live videos, because I would absolutely love to jump into it. Cataclysm, how old are you? I am 25 years old. Yeah, 25. Crazy. I don't feel 25, to be honest. Do I look 20? Do I look like I'm 25? How old do I look? No, I'm just playing. Yeah, I'm 25 years old. A little bit about me. I got my first guitar when I was 10 years old. It was acoustic guitar. This one right here, actually. I still have it. It is my go-to. The 8-hour songwriting challenge that I just did was recorded on that guitar. So that's fun. Yeah, so I started playing guitar when I was 10. Yo, appreciate it. I'll catch you next time. Yo, thanks for hopping in, man. Appreciate it tons. Sexuality. I am a straight single male, age 23, born in Canada. I don't know what else I can give you. But yeah, that's me. But yeah, started playing guitar when I was 10 years old. Did that all through school. I was in like choir. I did some musical theater through junior high and high school. High school, I started, I've always taken band. I sucked at it though. I did percussion because that's all I got is a little bit of rhythm. So yeah, I did that all through high school. I was in music academy in high school, so this was like really focused on music. After high school, I went to university for 4 years at the University of Lethbridge. Oh, well, thanks for popping in, Cataclysm. Appreciate you hopping in here and seeing what's good. But yeah, so I did 4 years of music at the University of Lethbridge for a classical music degree. So we started in the 1400s and studied all the way up to the 20th century. So learned all about like Bach chorales and stuff like that. A lot of history, a lot of theory. It was good. It was good. I learned a lot of really interesting stuff and a lot of theory that I've been able to transfer over to now. I started playing in bands when I was like 15 years old. I was in one band called Open 24/7 for a long time, just kind of like a punk rock band. And then started Bellevue in around 2016. Started releasing music with Bellevue in 2017. I've been touring since I was for 5 years now. So started touring in 2016. And 2017, and then really started touring seriously 2018, 2019. 2018, both of those years, I think I did 4 like 6-week tours or something crazy like that. It was my first time touring internationally, so it was a North America tour. We did Canada and the United States. We did 4 US tours, I think, in those 2 years. So that was really cool. Last tour I was on was I think we finished up August or maybe a little after August of 2019, and it was the East Coast United States. So that was really cool. I was thankful to be out there before we got all locked down and touring wasn't a thing anymore. So that was pretty exciting for sure. But yeah, that's kind of a bit about my music history, my music background. I'm a guitar player. That's my main instrument. I've been producing records for a long time. So the university course that I took was actually called Digital Audio Arts. So specifically anything digital related, but I kind of took it more for the recording aspect of it. And yeah, I learned how to learn my way around Pro Tools and recording softwares and how to use microphones and all that stuff. So it was it's led me to do a lot of producing and do some live work. That's actually one of my biggest sources of income, or has been, not so much anymore, was doing live sound. I worked in Calgary at a venue called Grey Eagle Event Center, doing some sound for some pretty cool bands, a lot of really cool Canadian bands. And then I'd do some festivals on the side. So yeah, I've been a monitor tech for artists like Slash, The Offspring, Snoop Dogg, Nelly, Theory of a Dead Man, Our Lady Peace. Those are Canadian artists. I don't know if you know them. And then a ton of country stuff too. I live in a part of the world where country is a big. If you know Calgary, Alberta, you might know the Calgary Stampede. It's a huge event. So I did monitors at one of the tents there. So that's where I did sound for Snoop Dogg and Nelly. And who else did we have? We had Zed, the DJ artist Zed. I didn't really do anything for him. He's a DJ, but he was on the show. So yeah, some cool stuff like that. But anyways, I think I'm going to shut this one down. Thank you so much for everybody who popped in, asked some questions. I love chatting. I love hearing what you guys are up to with your Spotify releases and your advertisement and just your music endeavors in general. I know I'm always trying to grow and expand as an artist, so it's really cool and exciting to see that other people want to know more about how to do stuff with Spotify and Facebook ads and really promote themselves as an artist. So you guys are definitely on the right track. But yeah, be sure to stay tuned to the channel. I think I'll do some more of these live streams. Don't know how regularly, but I'd like to do it weekly on a regular basis. So if you're into that, let me know. I would love to set this up and maybe schedule them in advance so that you guys can pop on. Sebastian made an account for ads and got banned instantly. Oh man, sorry to hear that. That sucks. I have had that happen several times and I don't know why. I think, so every time it's happened to me, it's been on a brand new ad account with a brand new page. Was this a new page for you as well? But I don't know what the issue is. I haven't been able to pinpoint it down. One thing that I found worked for me was I was scheduling out a ton of different ads to run. So I'd have like 20 ads in review or 10 ads in review, and then it'd get banned. But I found that if I only did one ad at a time, like not the campaign, not the ad set, I'll show you here, the actual ads. So instead of setting all of these ads at once, I would click one, go review, publish, and then I would wait. I would wait like 12 hours or however long it would take till it said it was good. And then I'd do the next one and do that. So it was a horrible, tedious process, but that was one way I was able to get around it. And then I didn't get banned after that for some reason. But if you do get banned, you can review it. Make sure that you do that. I think so it'll pop up on the screen. It'll say like your account's been banned, see details, and then you can go ahead and click review. So make sure you click review. Just say that you've done, that you've gone through the Facebook policy guidelines. Say that you don't believe that your video was, or you don't know exactly how you violated the terms. Say that you're sorry and just want to like, but just be apologetic. Don't be mad. I've done that approach. It doesn't work. Be very apologetic. Say that you've gone through all of the learning stuff, and then they should re-enable your ad account. This is a painful process, so I am really sorry to hear that, because it sucks. You get so excited about setting up your ads, and then they ruin it for you, especially with releasing music, because it's on a pretty tight deadline. So that'd be my recommendation, is go ahead and go through all those reviewed things, and then seriously just do one ad at a time. And that's honestly the best advice I got. I haven't found a better way around it. But yeah, I think this one's locked out right now. Yeah, ad account disabled. And so it sucks, man. There's literally nothing you can do about it. And so same thing happened here. Is I had this campaign. I had 2 separate campaigns going, and a total of like 15 ads, and it entirely got shut down. So unfortunately, doesn't work like that. But yeah, I wish you the best of luck, and hope that you can get your account back soon, and that you can start running ads, because I'm assuming you're pretty new to Facebook ads, but it's super exciting, man, when you get in there and you start seeing the results and seeing all this traffic come through. This most recent campaign that I ran right here, this lucky campaign, I spent $200 on the whole campaign. It was a 10-day campaign, $200, and I got 1,000 view content. So really, really exciting to see those kind of numbers and have these great results. But yeah, Sebastian, you're welcome. I really hope this helps, man. Hope we can get you sorted out and get you back on the road, because yeah, it's definitely no fault of your own. You're not doing anything wrong, just so you know. This happens to everybody. It's happened to me several times, and it might happen to you again. So just be prepared. But it's good to know. Plan this out in advance. This is why you should schedule your ads at least a week in advance, maybe even longer, 2 weeks. Who knows? I don't know. Possibly you could look at creating a new ad account or a new page. I'm not sure how developed your page is, but if you are just trying to run like Instagram ads, for example, create a new Facebook page, link your Instagram, and then you could try going from there. But yeah, I've scoured all the forums on the internet for why this is happening, and nobody seems to really have a reason. I think the biggest thing is Facebook just has a lot of privacy policies and things like that. So they just want to play it safe, and they would rather quickly shut down your account than look into it deeper. They want to make sure that people aren't trying to scam people or run gimmicks or run inappropriate content. So it's too bad that it happens, but it's part of how it works. And honestly, for how effective Facebook ads are, I think it's totally worth it. Worst case, if it's not going too well, you could jump over to Google ads possibly. I haven't messed around with Google ads a whole lot. I ran a little bit for my YouTube channel actually, but it wasn't making sense for me. And these ad managers are so complex, and they look like total spaceships. Like someone said earlier, like Umo said, literally look like the Matrix. So I like to get familiar with one and just really dive deep into that. But anyways, if you guys don't have anything else, don't have any other questions, I'm gonna pop off here. It's 6 p.m. my time, so time to get some dinner. I'm getting a little hungry. I'm a hungry guy. So yeah, thanks so much for hanging out. If you guys want some more of this from me, let me know. I'd love to do some more live streams. Hopefully I can do these regularly. I was thinking of cutting down. I've been doing 2 videos a week. I think I might just do 1 video a week and then 1 Q&A like this, where we can chat about whatever you guys want. I can answer your questions. I can help walk you through some of the things that are going on, because I know the DMs have been getting pretty crazy lately for me recently, with you guys having a ton of questions about stuff. mainly Facebook ad related. So, and when you have these questions for me, I seriously have to pull up my own Facebook ads, go through everything and see where the problem might be. So I like doing it in this format. It's easy for me to convey the message instead of having to type it out. So yeah, if you guys want to hear more from me, let me know. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. What do I normally say at the end of my YouTube videos? Oh yeah, this is what so if you guys found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up down below. It really helps out me and my channel. God, see, this is why I do the videos, because I don't remember what I say. Psh, take two. Wait, I'm forgetting it. Oh yeah, so if you did find this video helpful, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps out me and my channel so much, so thank you in advance if you can do that. And if you want to stay up to date with more music related content just like this, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Ha, nailed it.